the ketamine addiction can take as little as 10 years to kill you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, in your internal.
But that's again, it's like because it's the latest big drug, isn't it?
Your internals fuck up that much. You get that depressed, you want to kill yourself, and it is that fucking severe. And the problems, you'll end up having a prostatitis, an infected prostate. You'll end up with ketamine-induced cystitis. You will end up with a fucking prolapsed arsehole. I've seen pictures of people's arseholes where it looks like a red balloon's coming out of their arsehole because they're straining that much just to have a fucking piss or a shit because all the downstairs is fucked. You'll get to a point where you can't even piss a shot glass out. You'll get to a point where your piss is that acidic, it's burning your dick like you've got an STI. Not that I've ever had one. Whenever we're ready.
Who's ready?
Who's ready? Welcome to part 3. Yeah, baby. Let's fucking go, boy.
Happy birthday to this man and all.
30 yesterday.
Big 3-0, mate.
30 going on 13. Got a dick like a fucking 13-year-old.
That good old cat dick.
Yeah, it just comes down to it all, doesn't it? Cat dick. The cat dick. Right. So what should we talk about now, brother?
Well, we covered a lot of mad stories last time, didn't we? That were
pretty interesting.
Deep shit.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. But I mean, I were quite bad at relapsing, to be fair. Yeah. So touch on that.
Well, let's get into that then, bro. So, what's cracking?
What's cracking?
What's cracking, baby?
Well, so when shit were getting real with me, but there were a time where my mum sort of had a doubts and she messaged ex-boss and they got me in one morning at work before I started and sat me down. We know you're doing this, we know you're doing that, and got emotional. Basically had to have that talk, and I did all right. I did about a week and a half, I think 2 weeks, but then I think because I knew when I were in that state, I knew I weren't going to fully quit it because I wanted to do it when I went out still.
Yeah, that's the addiction telling you that, innit? Mate.
I just can't. I couldn't get into my head that, look, to stop this, you're gonna have to not have it when you go out.
See, that's one of the biggest things in addiction, in my opinion. It's no matter what, you're always trying to work a way around you still being able to take that drug that's fucking your life up, that's gonna strip you of everything.
Yeah.
And you're just playing little mind games. You've got fucking God on one shoulder and devil on other shoulder, and they're having it out with each other.
Oh and that devil's holding a little baggie this, just waving it at
Devil's spanking God's ass. Until God wins. Yeah. Let's go.
But when after that, my mum got in touch with this guy in Leeds, this therapist.
Yeah.
And he were like 12 years sober on drink, and I thought it was pretty cool, like getting a therapist who's been there. He knew exactly. When I was talking to him, I thought this guy's pretty cool. He was saying a lot of things I could relate to, and I thought I'm going to end up being all right with this guy.
Yeah.
And then there were times where he said, look, if you can't come all the way through to Leeds, some mornings we work or whatever, we'll just do it on Zoom, on laptop.
Yeah.
And I remember there were
such
times...
a bad idea.
Yeah, it was, because
so
I was video calling him off of 1 hour sleep, off me at night before, saying, yeah, I've not had it for a week and a half.
It's an easy
rough
blag.
As fuck. Yeah, of course it was an easy blag. But he must have known I looked depressed as fuck. Do you know what I mean? Come down.
Probably overly chatting bollocks.
Yeah. Crying on fucking Zoom call to him and that as well. Just like, my life's fucked. But I thought, he's going to know I've fucking had it.
Someone coming off of drugs ain't going to say that. They're going to be like,
you know what?
This is the best I've ever felt.
That week and a half, he probably fucking perked up a bit after that.
Yeah.
But he saw that. But anyway, I ended up not going to him anymore. But then, like I said, there were times where I was trying so hard, and it was just 1 week here, and I'd go out, have a bag, and then all that next week, it'd be slowly but surely, like every couple of days, like, all right, I'll have one tonight when I'm on Xbox. Just playing Xbox off me nut, do you know what I mean? And staying up till 4 in the morning.
To anyone who's not like into drugs or been around drugs or obviously been an addict, this that sounds so ridiculous to to a certain
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah. Why would you get a bag and play Xbox?
But to addicts,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
normality.
That were a fucking mint night for me
Yeah,
back then.
innit? You're not going out getting pissed, drinking, spending shitloads of money.
Yeah,
You
I'm
just got
walking
a
around
bag.
house looking through blinds and that, and
Yeah.
fucking rough.
Yeah, innit, man?
But yeah, you know, the amount of times I sort of set myself a target and failed, and it just slowly crept back into every single day. And like I said, it got to that point where I had no money, I had no job. So until that fucking
That rock bottom
yeah,
feeling.
that fucking rock hits you straight in the face.
Yeah.
You know, you flat on your ass. That's when I realised, right, it's now. This is it.
Do or die, baby.
Yeah, and it were a, what's the word? A fucking calling.
Yeah.
You know,
An awakening.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you needed an epiphany.
Oh yeah.
You needed to chuck an epiphany on that bitch.
I need a slap round face. That's what I need.
Yeah, nah, do you know what it is? I'm fully with you on that one, cause I know the feeling of getting ambitious about the fact you're stopping, trying to give it your all. In your head, you're just like, it just needs to happen. But then you'd go a few days and you'd think, fucking hell, I feel mint, me. Sure,
Yeah.
I feel
I
mint enough
deserve
to
a bag.
I feel mint enough to have a bag. I suppose 1 in 4 days is better than one every day.
Oh yeah.
So I'm doing it a quarter of the less time.
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
smashing it. But really,
Exactly.
that's just the addiction grabbing you by bollocks every time. Same as you. Normally, my theory would be I'd be fucked all week, probably feel shit as fuck off it. Then it'd get to Sunday, I'd think, right, let's crack it. Let's get a good crack this weekend. Let's get a good crack at start of week, fresh week. Get heading to work. Let's have a fucking extra big bag tonight. It always used to be.
On a
Let's
Sunday,
have more
yeah.
because it's my last ever
I
sniff.
were like that. If I'm gonna stop, it would always be right Monday. Because it's start of a new week.
I would never not starting on another day.
Well, how'd you start on a Thursday? You're not gonna, are you?
What, just before weekend? Perfect time to sniff.
I know.
Oh, oh wait, every day is fucking perfect time to sniff.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Trust me, mate.
So, but I don't know what that is. It's always been a weird thing with me. Like, I'll start
That's an
gym on a Monday.
ADHD trait, that, bro.
Yeah,
Definitely, bro.
probably is.
Trust me.
Yeah, well, everyone who a tattoo, they all say, you're fucking riddled.
Yeah.
You know, my music, like that, I just sing all day.
You're
on
not
tattoo,
diagnosed, don't you?
No.
See, I'm fully diagnosed. I used to go to a therapist every 6 months, or obviously medicated from 5 till I was 20. So I can normally tell myself if people...
I mean, I think 90% of people could tell you're fucking riddled.
What would make you say that? I don't know where anyone gets that from. That's me, bitch. But yeah,
Mr.
no, all
ADHD.
jokes aside, I'd say you are.
Yeah, I think
say
I've got
that.
a little bit. I don't think... Well, I don't know. I've
think-
always said I'd like to know if I've got it, but
Do you overthink a lot?
yeah, loads.
Is your head thinking about multiple things
Like,
all day?
what I'd say is, like, sometimes if I'm thinking about a scenario in future, I'd think about every possible outcome, that could happen.
Oh,
so,
mate, I think...
so when it happens, I'm not going to be surprised by it.
Yeah,
Do you know
no.
Oh, I had that already planned.
I'd say that's the biggest adult ADHD trait.
Yeah.
Thinking of scenarios, just constantly thinking, even if it's a load of bollocks. Like, I'll even think, if I'm in a mood, things I could say to people that I'd hit a nerve, that they deserve to hear, but... I mean, it's just random fucking people. You know what I mean? It's like things that you just
Something that'll deflect you on someone
Yeah,
else.
it's fucking ridiculous. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'd say you've got ADHD.
Yeah, I think I have.
Has its pros and its cons.
Well, I don't think
An
it
addictive
changed.
personality being a fucking
Well,
massive
yeah.
con.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
it.
you.
Do you know what though? They have actually said that, don't they? Like it's
Severe, mate.
Yeah, like you see a lot of people who've got ADHD do get addicted to drugs.
Yeah,
like,
and then if you channel it into a right addiction, like if you get really shit hot at something, like back in the day, I was really shit hot at football, as a lot of people know. I was shit hot, and then once that went a bit tits up through injuries of my dad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I then got severely addicted to gaming. I got stupidly good at
Yeah,
that.
I've been
It's like
through
if
that
you're
stage.
invested, it sort of proper gets in your head, and you just
Yeah.
become very good,
well, it's
very
like golf.
quick.
I got into golf and. I want to buy alt clubs. I want to buy best clubs. I want this, and then I play it 2 months out of a year, if that now.
Yeah,
But,
you've got a few
like
kids for
now,
golf clubs there.
fucking Pokemon cards again, mate.
I still know all 151 off by heart. Honestly. They just look cool, don't you think?
Yeah, they're mint. Nostalgia of it, isn't
I've
it?
got a poster on my wall. I'm making out it's for my son. Is it bollocks? It's mine, Marco. My poster. Batty boy.
Who's on poster, though?
Who's on it? Yeah. Every single 151
Pokemon.
Is
it that one?
In chronological
Hashtag
order.
numbers. Yeah.
It's like a pale yellow colour with just all different Pokemon. Who's your favourite Pokemon?
It's got to be Mewtwo, mate.
Mewtwo.
Either Mewtwo or I did like Pikachu. He's cute and a bit.
I'm going to go for Dragonite being number one. I like Dragonite.
Oh, no, few say that.
Yeah, and Gengar's a
Yes, Gengar.
Gengar's a boy, mate.
Yeah, man, Gengar. He's a boyo. Little fucking devil smile. Yeah. That's what that fucker who keeps saying, just get more cocaine looks like, mate.
That's Gengar.
He looks like that, yeah.
Gengar, Ghastly, and Haunter are all just ganging up on you.
Yeah.
Absolute
just
family
have
fucking
another
you.
bag, mate.
Yeah,
just
family
have another
fucking
bag.
You. Yeah.
Fuckers.
Fucking hell, what were we talking about then? Yeah.
Well, that must be how it's. So this podcast is brought to you by Neuroptimax. Neuroptimax Diagnostics is a cutting-edge home blood testing service designed to optimise your health, well-being and athletic performance with smart, easy-to-use test kits and access to advanced biomarkers often overlooked by traditional healthcare. You'll gain powerful insights into your body form, performance, hormones and vitamin levels to omega ratios and thyroid function, all from the comfort of your home. No more waiting weeks for GP appointments or referrals. Our streamlined process allows you to take control of your health on your terms. Your results are analysed by accredited laboratories and delivered securely with clear visual reports and science-backed recommendations, helping you take meaningful action and track your progress over time. Whether you're focused on peak performance or long-term wellness, Neuroptimax puts personalised preventative health in your hands.
So we've covered relapsing.
We've definitely covered that with both ADHD a bit and that. Well, you.
And we all know about Pokemon. Yeah. Thankfully. Because I fucking love that shit.
I love that shit.
I want to get into the physical problems that you encounter.
Yeah.
After a ketamine addiction.
Yeah, well, I wanted to know that because obviously, like, you went through a rehab yourself, didn't you? Like a proper rehab. Where I never really had that.
Yeah.
But, like, I'd like to know about that.
So, in regards to the rehab, the amount of times I relapsed, we're just getting to a point where it just weren't happening, no matter what. I sort of got it in my head that unless I go to rehab, I'm not going to be able to stop this fucking shite. So I rang up a few rehab centres, ridiculously pricey. Oh my days, man. Like 10 grand for 3 to 4 weeks. And I'm thinking, how's
an addict meant to get
a drug addict who's probably not got much money or any money, potentially debted out the brains, severely depressed, where are they going to pull 10 bags from? Most of them probably haven't got jobs.
Yeah, well, a lot of them now in Donny, especially, are on the streets anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. So how someone is supposed to get 10 bags? So I just said to one of them on the phone, I said, right, can I just ask, is there any other alternatives to not having to spend that much money? And she went, well, there's a Christian rehab in Loughborough, in between Nottingham and Leicester. So I'm like, all right. So I says, how does it work? Because you're charging 10 grand and they're charging nothing. So how it worked is you had to sign on to Universal Credits. Bear in mind, I still had my job at this. I've always had my job, but I had to sign on to Universal Credits, and that's what pays for it. So obviously the rehab's making money by people signed on to Universal Credits. Right. So I signed on to Universal Credits, got my place, and then when it was secured, I obviously rang the owner, Anthony. Thankfully, he was sound about it, very supportive. Like I said in part 2, I really needed that at the time. Yeah. And then, finally got the date. I was so excited, bro. I was so excited. I don't even know if I was that anxious. I was anxious on the drive there.
Were you taking drugs right up until you went then, or?
Basically. Yeah. Again, it was one of them ways you purposely have loads the night before because you know it's going to be. But surprisingly, I didn't have any on the morning, which, to be fair, knowing someone like me, I'd have been banging it all the way to rehab centre and then gone into that ketting up. like a dickhead.
Can't remember the start of it.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good though that you walk up and it was
I
like
was
a
just,
fresh
do
start.
you know what
that
it is,
day,
bro?
Wasn't it?
I was so enthusiastic about it.
That's good
And a
though.
Christian, bear in mind, I weren't really a man of God at this point. I went to a Catholic primary school, but I didn't really think about anything like that. I weren't, it just didn't cross my mind, anything like that. But this were quite a heavy Christian rehab. Bit too heavy sometimes.
Like really, really?
a bit of Christian extremist, hearing loads of bullshit stories that just definitely weren't true. But went in open-minded, very open-minded, reading Bible and that, and listening to what people have got to say, listening to stories about people, what's happened to them, and yeah. So I went in. I had to do prayers every night and read prayers out of the Bible to a group and pick like a psalm, which had like let's say a motto in it that you turn into your own.
Yeah, you use that to sort of
use that to
encourage yourself.
You turn this motto, this psalm, into something like real life. Do you get me? So, So I planned on doing 6 weeks from 24th or 27th. I keep getting mixed up with them, of November to then go through New Year and come back after New Year. But I was in there for a week. I cried shitloads of times. I was missing my children so much. I mean, if it weren't for my kids, I fucking wouldn't have done anything, I don't think. But luckily, this daddy's got 3 kids, so 2 at the time. But I just took my dad's ashes, took pictures of my kids, and I just sat. Sometimes I'd even chat to him, like a little loony. I'd sit on end at bed with tears rolling out my eyes, chatting to him, just saying, "Look,
hey, that gets you through it, though.
You gotta do what you gotta do, innit, mate?
Man, fuck me.
Luckily, I had that option. Rehab were quite mad. It was a bit like being in prison. I've not been in prison, but
Well, I was just about to say, like, what do you do, like, on a day basis, let's say?
well, this rehab wouldn't have been like your normal 10 grand rehab. You'd have had proper what they called now,
Timetable stuff.
Yeah. Well, this had a bit of structure to it, but it was mainly just like a bit of a cold turkey centre. Let's say you had loads of people just cold turkeying, rattling. A lot of people in very, very bad ways. The alcoholics being the worst. You'd have thought the heroin addicts had been worst.
Really?
And it had been up for 13 years, and I was the only person in there for ketamine. So,
were you?
Yeah, that's quite
Fucking
mad.
hell.
Yeah, I bet that soon changes. I bet there'll be as much people
there'll
in for
be
ketamine
loads,
as there is for
yeah.
coke, mate.
Oh, 100% now.
But yeah, I went in all guns blazing, ambitious, and then after a week, I was just like, I was just sick of hearing the bullshit stories, if I'm honest with you, and the manipulation to be an extreme Christian and stuff like that. But I've come away from it, a man of God, to be fair, which,
Yeah?
I mean, I just...
You have a bit of something there for it now, or what?
Yeah, I just think I more channel the Christianity into like karma. So everyone fucks up. We're human. Everyone makes mistakes. Just as long as you try and be a good person, like giving your kids all you can, and if there's an old lady there, you stand up and let her sit down. You say good morning to people. If there's a little kid if there's a bunch of kids who are counting the change up and they can't afford it, just say it. And then just say, you have that, I'll pay for it to shop there. No, just doing nice gestures for people. Giving people nice compliments.
It's weird you should say that.
It's just
Or
being
in
nice.
shop the other day, and young lad, he were in front of me, and got a few sweets, and shop owner said something, and he were like, oh, I have my 11p short. And guy behind counter just like, oh, what do you want, mate? And I just... I give him my thing, I paid for it, and then I went, here, mate. And he went, oh, cheers, and you're like, you don't want a kid not to be able to get a fucking bit of sweets with the 11p short.
If that's your little kid there at front at desk, 11p short, and he's really wanting his thing, you like to think someone else is going to be there for and do that. Yeah.
Well, that's it, exactly that, innit? And, it's like you said, every goodwill gesture, you feel like a rewarding yourself for doing stuff like that. So.
It makes you feel good knowing you've done good for somebody.
100%.
But, yeah, so overall, I ended up doing a week. Then I walked out. They says, right, you can't just go out. You have to ring, basically, your mum to tell her you're leaving. After they'd tried absolutely blagging me to the point where I was getting a bit snappy with them, to be fair. So I'm in a fucking rehab, mate. I'm not in a prison. I can leave on my own accord. Stop trying to blag my head. But obviously, everyone instantly doubted. Do I blame them? Not at all.
Yeah, especially
Did
after
my
a
mum have
week.
arse on?
Yeah.
Definitely had arse on. Didn't
Did
let
she?
on. I think so, yeah, because she was like, fucking hell, Matt. She'd have thought, fucking hell, Matt. Don't give in. You've said 6 weeks. But I just knew that time we're ready. I knew I was going straight back into my job. I needed routine. I needed a good, healthy routine. I've not had ketamine for 1 full week, which doesn't sound like a lot to people, but it's a lot to me to say I banged it nearly every day for 8 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I was ready. I was fucking ready, mate. I was ready to
And
go.
that was the start of, you didn't relapse after that
Not
then?
once.
No, that's class.
I never debated taking it. I never once took it. Don't get me wrong. Still to this day, when I'm out, I see people on it, and I think to myself, I'd love to have a blast on it.
But you know how it's
that's
gonna
just,
go.
and I'm just being straight up. But
Yeah.
there's
No,
a
I've thought same when I've been out with my mates who do coke. You
Yeah.
know, you think it'd be just easy to have a little bump. You
Yeah.
know? But I'm not gonna, because I know what that leads to now.
Yeah, there's a massive difference here in debating it and would love it.
Yeah.
End of the day, mate, it made you feel good quite a lot.
Oh,
it also
loads,
ruined your
man.
life.
Yeah,
But-
that's it. Exactly
yeah.
that. It ruined your fucking life. And I think that's where the addiction comes to an end, is when you realise how much you've hurt, not just you, but people around you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it takes something like that sometimes for you to get to that point where you go, right, I need to fucking change my lifestyle,
Yeah.
like my day-to-day life.
If you're gonna get yourself into that shit, if you're gonna selfishly get yourself into that shit, prepare to face the consequences. But unfortunately, everyone who you're close to, kids, mum, dad, family, brothers, sisters, cousins, grandma, they're all going to get affected as well.
Yeah.
All through you. You deserve everything you get if you're going to start playing with
all
fire.
my family did, mate. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have rehab like you had, but I tell everyone it's like I had a rehab at home. Because obviously, like, when I lost my job, at the time, like I said, my grandma were really badly. So I had that opportunity to be at home and walk up road to her house every day. I had no car, so I couldn't go anywhere to buy drugs. I mean, all my
Feeling that-
family knew where I was. You know what I mean? But going back to that day when I text my uncle, you know, I text my uncle and I had it writ out for a while, like an hour, I'd say. This text message.
Just debating whether or not
Do
to
I
send
press
it.
send? Yeah, you know, like, this text is going to change my life.
Yeah,
'Cause I know what
literally.
you were going to say, and I knew I
knew
knew
it were gonna come
eventually
down
that
on
he's
you.
going to say, look, you're going to have to tell family. So he said, I'll be there in 5 minutes, I'll pick you up. I knew he would be,
Yeah.
you know. So I sent him this long message. I
Straight
said,
in as well. That's bad boy. That's fair play to
he
him.
is. Yeah, he's a proper top uncle.
Straight in.
You know, so he picked me up, and my mum and that must have thought it was weird because I'd just been sacked. Obviously, I'd stayed in bed for an hour and a half, 2 hours after that.
Did you bullshit why you got sacked?
My mum just came in, she went, what the fuck's going on? I says, I don't know. And then she just walked out of the room. I think she probably had an idea.
Fuming,
She was fuming. But she probably didn't know what to say to me as well. Like,
I mean, you're a grown man.
yeah, exactly. Living at my mum's and that.
Grown man living at your mum's and you've just been sacked and you're not even telling her why.
Yeah, well, that's it. And so I walked out of the house, got in the car, went on a little drive, and we parked up. Only put Woodlands, you know, Park Club, out at way in it, in trees and that.
That's got best tree in Village, actually. Like, have you seen that big fuck off tree in the middle? Have you seen it?
No.
The big fucker, just smack outside Park Club.
Is it?
Yeah, you'll notice it next time.
Was
mate.
it a big oak?
I don't fucking know what it is. I think it's a pine cone tree, but it's absolutely huge. But yeah, carry on, bro. Best tree in Village. Check that
Best
shit out,
tree in
guys.
Village,
Check that
bro.
shit out.
Oh, yeah, so me and my uncle pulled up to Best Tree Village. And anyway, we sat there, and he just looked at me and he said, look, he goes, I want you to tell me fucking everything. He goes, the whole fucking truth. No lying, no. And I goes, yeah. And, you know, told him what mess I were in, money I owed out. He says, right. He goes, I'm going to be honest with you. He goes, not all family, but me and a few family have talked, and we all think you're going to end up dying.
Yeah.
He says, that's straight up to you. And he goes, you've got a fucking kid there who needs you. And I says, I know. And obviously at this time I was bawling my eyes out, hearing what he had to say. And he just says, look, you're going to get yourself clean. He goes, and if I ever hear you've done any of that again, I will fucking drag you out that house and smack you in front of all the street until you fucking can't stand up.
Really?
You know, I needed to hear him like that, but he is a scary dude.
You
mate,
need the moments where your bollocks fall like
mate,
your arsehole.
yeah. And then obviously at the end of that conversation, he said, right, this is where we're going to go home. You're going to tell your mum. That's where my heart sank. Even then I got a bit of anxiety thinking about it, just because of what my mum were going through with my grandma. Her mum's dying at this point, like having to go home and tell mum, oh, this is why I've lost my job, this is what I'm doing, I'm a disgrace, you know what I mean? And so
it's hard to say that to your own mum.
Oh, that were horrible.
But it takes some bollocks to say that as well.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, like, Carl...
That's a man desperate for help.
Carl came and made sure I told her everything as well, you know, and so, yeah, but then, obviously, that week, then, he messaged me later that night, and he says, look, 6 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to gym.
Straight in again.
Straight in, yeah.
He don't fuck about, does he?
No, and he fucking killed me like that first week, mate.
And you're feeling sick?
Oh, I just couldn't walk her out, you know.
Up in Mark Gacy's gym?
Yeah.
I've been in there. It gets to the point where you start shaking you. There
were a couple of times I was going dizzy and sick, like. Yeah, you know what I mean? But
good though, good. Sweat all that shit out of you.
All out. Yeah. And he says to me, like, I say it to everyone. I said, if you're trying to come off of drugs, I think getting yourself into an exercise routine is the best way to do it.
It's 100%. So good for your mental health.
Yeah. So I've just started a couple of weeks now, going back to boxing now.
Have you?
So I've piled it back on, like, but...
It happens, mate.
Yeah, we had a few trolls telling us both that on TikTok, didn't we? Fuck me.
We got hammered.
If any of our fucking mates, by the way, want to jump on TikTok and stick up for us a bit, fuck me.
Innit? Or if anyone wants to come and troll Raz more, since I got nearly everything, I was getting called jail for in-betweeners.
I mean,
I got
it's
hammered.
funny, really, because
it's
fucking
funny.
hell, one of the guys, his best mates with steroids, and other guy definitely sleeps with his dog, mate. Do you know what I mean? So they can all fuck off.
Innit?
But yeah, they got I think it was just misconception.
It was a complete misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It looked like someone's getting it bigger.
Yeah, it's just
they didn't realise concept.
It got loads of views, but they'd obviously not seen rest of what we do.
No, and Dapper Laughs commented on it as
Dapper
well.
Laughs.
Big up my man, because he's a boyo.
Funny guy, man.
Yeah,
he's a legend.
Quite an honest.
Quite an honest comment.
Quite an honest comment from him, yeah. This is where it gets bad, because that's exactly where it got bad, you know what I mean?
When you were explaining fucking how big you were doing lines off Bath and...
Yeah, that's when it starts getting tits up.
But, yeah, fucking... Cool to see that, though. Very cool
It is quite cool, because I've actually watched him, and I rate him as well.
It was weird that you said that day, though, as well. You were like, just text one comment off a big guy for one of these videos to kick off.
Yeah, next minute, 60k views. That's
all right,
mad.
Let's manifest a bit more then, boys. Let's manifest.
Yeah, innit. I said earlier that we were going to go into the physical health, but we ended up going into the rehab. But now we'll go into the physical health, because a lot of mums who have got children who are suffering from ketamine addiction, they need to hear this, and people need to hear it who's at the start of a ketamine addiction. Basically, when you're 21, your body's fully developed, basically, and a lot of ketamine addicts now are like 15, 16, just starting. Mate, it's going to fucking rip on way quicker than when your body's fully developed. Someone who can get away with an 8-year ketamine addiction and still have the bladder on quite a high usage the whole time. Someone 16, mate, you'll be getting your 15, 16, you'll be getting your bladder removed in about 3 or 4 years. I also read a stat the other day that heroin addicts can last 30 years addicted to heroin. They're starting to come to the conclusion that a ketamine addiction can take as little as 10 years to kill you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, in your internals.
But that's, again, it's like, because it's the latest big drug, isn't it? Right?
Your internals fuck up that much. You get that depressed, you want to kill yourself. And it is that fucking severe. And the problems, you'll end up having a prostatitis, an infected prostate. You'll end up with ketamine-induced cystitis. You will end up with a fucking prolapsed arsehole. I've seen pictures of people's arseholes where it looks like a red balloon's coming out of their arsehole because they're straining that much just to have a fucking piss or a shit because all the downstairs is fucked. You'll get to a point where you can't even piss a shot glass out. You'll get to a point where your piss is that acidic, it's burning your dick like you've got an STI. Not that I've ever had one, but when I've heard of people having them, it sounds exactly like that. Your bladder will shrink and scar rapidly. You'll end up in a depressed state where not a lot of people have got the balls to even go and admit they've got a problem. Never mind sit with a camera going up the dick, finger up their ass, all that job lot. You'll end up having to wear nappies. You'll end up having to have your bladder removed. You'll end up potentially having to have a kidney removed. You'll end up... It's fucking disgusting thinking about it. There were many times.
Well, that should be enough to put anyone off hearing all that.
And that's not even a quarter of it, bro.
Yeah.
You'll end up getting done for pissing in places that you shouldn't piss because you just can't hold your bladder. You'll end up pissing in bottles in cars. You'll end up having to walk out of fucking meetings. Saying this all for a friend, it weren't me. Not. It fucking me, I did all that shit. Fucking had to walk out of a bank meeting because I needed a piss. I didn't have a pissing fucking thing. So you just feel an absolute tit. Got to a point where I'm
it's like the shit again, it's shame, innit?
So shameful, bro. When you're on an hour drive to work and you're asking boys to pull over 4 times in an hour drive for a piss. It just gets to the point where you're that embarrassed to even ask, but you're just like, I can't fucking hold it anymore.
Yeah.
And it drives you to ground. You'll end up walking into doctors, crying your eyes out. You'll end up having to pay for stuff because the waiting list's that long. It is going to absolutely ruin your life.
It's weird, like how
fucks you
ketamine is really, it's fucking the physical side up more than any drug I've seen, realistically. Like
mentally, it just really numbs you and depresses you.
Yeah.
But physically, it'll absolutely cripple you. Yeah. And it's the years fly by. You might think, I've only been doing it 2 years, I'll be sound. Yeah.
Ketamine sounds like it's probably the same addictive as cocaine, but obviously it's fucking you up more inside, you know? Like, I mean, I never had out like that myself, like, inside, you know what I mean? But hearing all that, it's crazy. And to say how new it is and like how young people are having it now, it's stupid, you know? Would also like to mention Andy's Man Club. Suicide is the biggest killer of men under 54, 1 man every 2 hours. All their groups meet on Mondays at 7 p.m, except for bank holidays. To find your nearest group, visit the website www.andysmanclub.co.uk. It's okay to talk.
Thing is with coke as well, because it's not fucking you up physically, you can bounce back. Your head can get back in a normal place. I bet you're in a better place than you've ever been.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
You bounce back. Whereas
now you're still suffering with your.
I'm still suffering
now.
Luckily, not as much as I thought. I mean, I wake up once in the middle of the night for a piss instead of 5 in a 5 hours sleep. I can hold a piss for my blood capacity is 300 millilitres. When it got what 300 mil? Yeah, 300 millilitres, which is 3/7 of the average male. It were at 1/6 of an average male, which is like fucking. I've watched my son piss before loads of times, and I'm thinking I'd fucking love to piss that much. You know what I mean? I've got my 6-year-old son having a slashing toilet. We're putting fire out. You know how it is in it. You both slap rod out. You're like fire. Put it out, and you both laughing to each other. We little dicks out. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, son. I've stopped pissing half at time you have.
You're going to have to put rest at fire out.
Yeah, you're going to have to put rest at fire out. But yeah, and you know it's bad when your son's pissing twice. The capacity is able to piss twice as much as a fucking 29-year-old man. And
That's fucking mad.
It gets really, really fucking in your head. It proper, and then that's when you start going into a depression. That's when you start thinking, fuck, this is that bad. I'm going to have to kill myself here. And anyone who haven't got kids, makes it so much easier to just think, fuck it. I'll take loads of tablets, drink loads of body. I'll stick an hose pipe through car window in exhaust. I can't take it anymore.
It's because people without kids I don't think have that. They've got no...
They've got no aspiration and drive.
They've got no step that they need to go for. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
whereas you're in rehab looking at pictures of your kids, what would they be looking at? And it is harder. I think it's a lot probably harder if you haven't got kids to get through it.
Definitely.
100%.
This is not nice for anyone to hear, especially my family, but I'd probably say 90% chance I'd have killed my said it with that bad if I didn't have my children. And that's being fucking deadly honest. And my mother don't need to hear that. My Ben don't need to hear that. No one should need to hear that. But I'm just being real. I'm letting people in to the point where I want people to realise the severity of it. You will want to fucking kill yourself if your bladder gets that bad and all downstairs. It's just so fucking nasty. And you can't get away from it. You cannot get away from it. So anyone who's doing it, please just fuck it off. Fuck it off. Easier said than done.
Reach out anywhere.
Yeah, reach out. Tell me.
Yeah, Matty's got time for anybody, he's been through that. He will answer messages, anything.
I might start going on about Pokemon and what's your favourite Pokemon, but I will give you any advice on. I mean, there's only you that can do it, just like anyone who's an addiction. Anyone can tell you anything. They're not your fucking self. Yeah. You have to make this step. So, I got a bit deep, man.
Oh, mate, that's what we like, though. We like it deep, bro.
Yeah. Deeper the better, baby. Let's go.
Going back to when I started doing that week with our Carl, exercising, that's when I felt my body changing, getting used to not having coke, there were
shitting a bit normally.
But sometimes having checks in day, feeling like, oh fuck me,
actually rattling.
Rattling. I did start smoking again. I said to my mum, I goes, look, I've gone from I need summer, you know what I mean? I need a
ADHD, brother. Your head's fucking on one constantly.
That's what I mean. I need a fucking chiller. Do you know what I mean? Summer, but after that first week, that's when our Carl said, he goes, look, your stepdad, he's going to give you money to sort all this shit out with money you owe for drugs. So, my stepdad, I don't call him dad, but he's my dad. You know what I mean? Yeah. He helped me.
He's another sound bloke as well.
Yeah, mate. He's helped me so much. He just to be able to give me that second chance, I feel grateful as fuck. So, love you, Tone, if you're watching.
Do you know what it is? When you're an addict, you don't really appreciate anything, do you? You don't really.
No.
And then you come out of it.
You're selfish as fuck.
Selfish as fuck. And then you get into this good headspace, and it's like this good headspace as well happens rapidly, within weeks.
Oh,
within a week,
mate, within a week.
Within a week, bro.
But like I said, there were times where I relapsed after a week, but I were always thinking, I've done well. I can do it again. In actual fact, if you've got an addiction, the aim should be you're never going to do it again.
You can't bit and back with it.
No, you can't.
You're either all in or all out.
You're going to get right back straight into that rut you were in before anyway.
Yeah. You'd come up with a little system. I'll only do it when I have a drink. You end up drinking more. I'll only do it at raves. You end up planning fucking 2 raves every weekend. You've still got ket left over front rave. It looks like you're sniffing Sunday now as well. Boom, that's it. You've had it 3 days in a row because you've had 2 raves. You're sniffing it all Sunday. You finish your bag off what you had in the morning. Well, I've had it today. I may as well fucking finish it off tonight. So go and buy some more. Next minute, you've just done fucking a quart in a weekend when you were supposed to only be taking it at raves.
Yeah.
Just that devil again, isn't it, bro?
Day to day comes again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But with fucking money, right? Tony says, right, I'm going to draw it all out. Carl's going to take you to all dealers' houses.
Yeah.
I owed 5 people at times, because what I'd do, I'd get it off one day, one other, a different one day after, because then dealers probably didn't think I was as bad as what it looked, so I owed 5 different people. So obviously, like I say, our Carl's a scary dude, and he's like, right, Tony's got money out, we're going to go down, we're going to go to each house, and we're going to drop money off, and then it's sorted. So I was like, all right, sound. So there's me, sitting in passenger seat of his van, pulls up at first
feeling
house.
like a little crackhead, feeling like a little baghead, like a little naughty kid.
Fucking hell, mate. Pulls up at this first house, and he's got envelope full of money on thing, and I just held my hand out like that, and he went, what are you doing? I went, well, you're going to give me, I'll go and pay him. And he went, no, I'm fucking going to pay him. And I went, what? And he's
Absolutely
like,
nipping up to fuck.
mate. So I'm sat there like a fucking naughty kid
Little
in
bitch.
passenger seat with my head in my hands like this.
Oh, the shame and embarrassment.
Don't look at door when he answers. But like I said, our Carl, he'd be like, I didn't hear every one that he said, but it would.
He'll have been saying, do not fucking give him anything.
This is fucking last you're getting off of him. If you give him any more, I'll be back here, basically.
Yeah.
But somewhat along them lines. I don't know exactly word for word, but, you know, he gave him warning and just said, look, you don't give Ryan any more of that then. And pulls up at the next one and then stood outside waiting. And I remember a guy looking at me and I just looked at him and went, and, you know, he was like, shrugged his shoulders if say what, and he got out car again. Carl, he's like, little old biddy in next garden doing a gardening and that, and he went, listen, you fucking idiot, you give him any more of that, I'll fucking rip your head off. That was one I heard, and I'm like,
never.
And this little old woman in garden, mate, she was like, with fucking shears, you know what I mean? And you know, and I just looked at him and shrugged, and I've seen these guys who I owed money to after, and I've said, you know, I didn't know that was going to happen that day. Otherwise, I'd have fucking said a bit of a warning, saying, look, my uncle's going to come. So, but like they've all been sound me since, you know, and. You know, people you see around village.
They're just trying to make some brass.
Yeah, well,
I've
that's
been
it.
there. I'm one of them guys.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Just trying to make some money. You're not trying to cause any harm, really. Even though you are.
I mean, that were a rough day, that, like. But, mate, the anxiety that let out after all that got paid off, and I knew I didn't have to deal with it again, and...
Breath of fresh air.
Yeah. But then Tony also had to pay like deposits back to his clients who I owed money to. So
money seems racking up, bro.
Mate, it got to a point where I think when it started, I owed Tony about 19, 20 grand.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
But
then I also owed about 20 grand's worth of tattoos out, which I obviously had to work off. With trying to earn money back at the same time, so it were really.
You got a kid that needs fucking.
That first 8 months were really hard when I got back to work because a lot of them weren't earning. I weren't earning any money. Tony's having to buy equipment for these tattoos that I owed for, so I'm not really. The bill's getting even higher until I'd worked some of these tattoos off. So, yeah, like I said, I am so lucky that I were able to get that chance.
That support.
Not a lot of people would have been able to get that, but you know, family helps.
I can feel how much you appreciate it, bro, and it's satisfying to hear.
Oh, and
satisfying to hear that.
Like when you get a gesture like that makes you. I will not fuck that up.
Yeah.
I will not fuck. No, I can't. There's not a choice there. I am not fucking that up.
Yeah.
You've done that for me. I will show you that I am fucking grateful for that. You know?
Too right. One last thing before we wrap it up. I purposely, when I were quitting for the last time, I purposely put myself in situations that'd make me want to sniff. Do you know, like drinking being one of them. If I were pissed, mate, I'd be smoking through it all day long anyway. But drinking, obviously, that is the thing that's going to make you want to do it the most. So I purposely, we in a week, I was in pub with my mates. I was sat next to one of my mates who were on a coach. He was sniffing it next to me. You know, just trying to just fucking strengthen my head up. Like it might not work for everybody.
No, I know what you mean.
But I purposely just tried
making. Like a test
I tried making me send fucking rattle for it as much as I could, just to say, don't fucking do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't be a little pussy.
See how much willpower you've got in it as
well, evidently quite a lot in right mind frame.
Well, I were like when I was stopping, literally. That's when I started talking to my girlfriend, and I had to text her as well and say, like, the whole truth, and I didn't get a reply for like 2 hours. I thought I fucked it up, you know. And then she did reply finally. She says, "Look, I really do like you, though. I want to give you that chance." I says, "Look, that's all I need."
That's so
you
nice.
know. So
another thing to drive you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. Do you know what I mean? And there were my family. There were this new hope of a new missus. You know. So it were. You know, my kid as well. So I had all I needed to give me that push. 1 minute
you're fucking the downest you can ever be, and then next minute you're prospering. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
and it's as simple as that, guys. Like you can be in that much of a shit place, and 2 weeks later, I don't know why I keep doing that, man. That's what I do in a rap.
Yeah.
You can be that down, but then in a matter of a fortnight, things can
It's
just
like
look...
off a film, do you know when Evans up and up and like comes
Yeah.
out? That's how it feels.
And there's a pair of tits there, just waiting for you. Sucking it,
Jiminies.
come and suck me. Anyway, on that fucking note.
Oh, mate, as
do you know what?
always.
It's been nice, bro. It's been nice.
It's been good.
I always get a little bit anxious on the build-up, on the day when it's happening.
Yeah.
But, mate...
Always goes smooth as fuck,
It
though,
fucking
doesn't it?
runs smooth, bro. It's nice. It's nice to help people.
It's
nice to see a good friend fucking smashing it as per...
Oh, and you, mate.
Big up Luke as well, editing all the time,
Masterclass
mate.
editor.
Jump straight, masterclass editor.
Spirit fingers.
He jumps straight on it every time.
Oh,
he gets to fucking work. He puts work in. And, yeah,
we've got
Luke,
easy
mate.
part talking shit.
Fucking hell, yeah. I mean, I'm good at it. I've been doing it for 29, 30
Imagine him
years.
sat there listening to us day in, day out.
Fucking
Fucking
hell.
editing.
Make you want to
Fucking
nail yourself, wouldn't it?
I'm going to feel sorry for him, man.
Yeah, that's it.
But, yeah.
Yeah, part
Legend.
4
Oh,
incoming.
yeah, if you get any questions you want to ask us as well,
Yeah.
put it on Facebook, TikTok,
Yeah.
whatever, you know. If you want to message us, like, privately as well, like,
Yeah.
you don't want your names to be mentioned, ask us anything. We want to get some, like, interaction with people.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it if I'm honest with you. If there's anything we haven't mentioned or you'd want to go into detail, no matter how severe it is, no matter how personal it is, but the place to comment, what we're saying on the part 3 podcast that's going to go on YouTube.
Yeah, it'd be good if you put questions on YouTube. Probably.
If you do us that solid, that'll be very respectful and we'd appreciate it. And we'll get them answered. It'll help part 4. We've covered quite a lot of stuff, haven't we? So
yeah, and then after part 4, we're going to hopefully look at getting some
we've
guests on.
got a couple of names in mind.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Yeah,
because,
keep following our shit.
Yeah, keep following. Yeah, keep following us talking absolute fucking bollocks about Pokemon. Because I'm ready to chuck a master ball up in this bitch.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a
Right,
Pokemon.
peace out, guys.
See you.